Welcome to Open Your Mouth and Speak. I'm Monica DeJesus, survivor, motivator, and servant of the Lord. My co-host, Hallelujah DeJesus, is actually absent today. We are encouraging others to heal with our platform with God through His grace and mercy. You're tuning in to WomenInspirationalRadio.org, and today, again, we have Ms. Diamond Bryan with me to speak out about her experience of child sexual abuse, and this is part 2 of her testimony. Thank you for being here, Diamond, and thank you for standing up, opening your mouth and speak and sharing your testimony. On the last thing that we spoke about was talking about how you have set it up to where you have pressed charges against the person that perpetrated your daughter, and I commend you for that because that is a big step that you took in trying to help your child. And regardless of how it looks right now, she will come to appreciate that her mother spoke out for her. Thank you for being here again.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. And for you being able to speak out. We talked about a lot. We talked about what age the sexual abuse began. You told us what happened. We talked about how did it affect you as a child. And we were talking about how it affected you as an adult and you enduring what happened with your daughter and how painful that is. And let's start there. Because even though you have, your daughter probably knows that you've been through sexual abuse before, she doesn't really know what happened. What do you think that would look like for you to talk to her about that?
I don't know. I haven't got that far into it, but it'll make her feel more comfortable. I know that. She'll be more comfortable and she'll understand and she'll know what I went through, so she won't be so scared to maybe tell someone else, or if someone else experienced it, she'll know how to talk to them about it as well. Like if she go to school, maybe this is another student going through something we don't know.
That's true. That's true.
A friend or something. And if I open up to her, maybe she'll be willing to open up more out to what she went through. Because she didn't tell everything, just in full details. And whenever I did the report, I didn't get to listen to that recording yet that they did. It was like classified. They took her to the back, they recorded everything, and I didn't hear that.
Right, I remember when my daughter went through that process. And when they asked her the question, what was the worst part of it all? Because the lady came back up front and mentioned it to me. And my daughter told her she was only, I guess she was 9 at the time. She told them that there was all of it felt bad, is what she said. Every last interaction with that person that abused her was bad. Did they mention to you anything about your daughter's testimony?
No, they didn't. This thing happened for a while. Actually, when it was brought up, it was maybe 2 years prior to how long it was going on.
Oh my God.
The first time it went on, she told my sister, and we talked to her, but she was scared. She actually talked to my mom on the phone, or her and my mom talked, and then I was supposed to take her to get an intake done, and when I took her to get an intake, she wouldn't say anything. It's like she's stuck. She stays stuck. She didn't want to talk. She didn't want to say anything. So there was no case. And we was in the process of moving from my home. And so happily, he had a U-Haul truck. So he was helping move the stuff with a U-Haul truck. So, but then he found I saw it from my own eyes, how he brought himself so attached to my daughter while we was all in the same home. It was like he couldn't resist himself, no matter who was around it. He couldn't resist it. And he done did it so frequently around my mom. Has to been that she just was always ignoring it, even if she seen it. Could have been. That's how I felt. You understand? Even if she seen it, she could have been ignoring it. Or even if she seen it, she could have just act like she didn't see it. And he was like, okay, well, I'm so used to it. Maybe none of these people will know. But see, I didn't experience this. So when I seen it, and he was so over there and, she could ride with us. No, she can't ride with y'all. She's going to ride with me. It just seemed like he was just so clingy, so cluttered, so attached to just her, not just both of my daughters. It was just her. So when all of them left, I sat with her and I said, Kay, is something's going on? Is something still going on? Like, I remember we talked about it before, but is something like still going on? And this man still bothering you? And she said it never stopped. Oh. And so when that happened, I automatically called law enforcement, and I met them at my mother's house. And I took my mother out of the house, and I asked my mother, did she know that her boyfriend was touching my daughter? I would never discuss her respond on the recording because it's an open case. So, but her response was terrible. Her response just made me feel like, I don't know, maybe you knew, maybe something. Mm-hmm. So it kind of messed me up a whole lot. But
I could imagine
for it to be going on that long, and her to have to go whatever she had went through, because I'm not sure exactly what she went through. She only told me a little bit of stuff that maybe she wanted mommy to know, because mommy's still hurting. That probably would have hurt me. So that's why she didn't tell me everything that she wanted me to know. Mm-hmm. But I think she was tired. I think she was scared. I think she was done with whatever he was doing, because she told it all. Right. She didn't leave a beat out. She told it all.
So you do know she told him everything that happened?
Yeah. I'm more sure that she did. Okay. I mean, maybe not every. I mean, she told him everything. So I'm going to go with what she said. And
I know it took a lot even for her to do that, because we don't know what he said to her to threaten her to keep her mouth closed.
Oh, no, she told me. Want to buy stuff for her, buy V-Bucks and all those things kids like now.
Right, to attract her.
So she won't say anything.
I'm glad that you were proactive in helping her.
Yeah.
To have it to stop. And to stop him from hurting other people. That's the hope, that this case would go on and where he would, they would do something about what he's done, and that he will seek healing and deliverance as well. Along with what you went through, with abuse, sexual abuse, were there ever any thoughts of suicide?
I had thoughts of suicide twice. Well, I can say twice. One of my first suicidal was drugs. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to drug myself I was trying to numb my body, trying to drug myself out of feeling how I was feeling. And the terriblest drug was cocaine. Mm-hmm. I brought myself into cocaine. And once I got with cocaine is a drug with whatever you're going through. It numb you, but it's a drug that will make you so angry. And if you're not already angry, you're more double angry.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I was angry. And doing that just made it worse because of whatever I was going through in my mind to make me do what I was doing. Doing that just made it latch off even worse. So I was just angry, want to fight everybody, want to always get in trouble or do things I had no business doing, that type of stuff. That was some type of suicidal to me, to where then I used to come home and mama said, you look terrible, you look bad, you look like you're on crack, or something like that. That's how bad I was. But then I tried to cut myself younger, but I didn't really know. Until someone told me, oh, that's not cutting yourself, that's not trying to kill yourself, you're cutting yourself in the wrong spot.
Wow. They told you that was the wrong spot?
Yeah.
What else happened with that?
So I never tried to cut myself again within a long period of time, but I've done it recently after my child went through it. She went through, because it brought me back to my dark hole. I feel like I was her, so I let all my feelings and my emotions develop higher than they did when I was a child. Because now I'm adult, so I let it drill me really really tough to where, yeah, I felt like I was useful and I almost killed myself, but I couldn't face my kids this time. Like I didn't go home when I tried to do it this time. Like I did it and cut my phone off and like kind of disappeared for a while, for like a couple hours. Like I felt selfish, but I felt like I wasn't doing something right.
You know, with years of depression, it was always my kids that brought me around because I knew they needed me, and I didn't want to. I never want to see any of my children without their mother. I feel like I am the best support for them, and to help them to make it through life, even if it's to see them to when they become adults. That's
Right.
that was my driving force. What was your driving force besides what you just said? Like, can you go a little deeper into that?
As far as like suicidal,
What keeps you
Going?
from going that dark side?
wanting to see my kids finish school. I keep saying this is my desire. Get in the house. So when I'm gone, I have something left here for my kids to have. A house, a car, something.
Right.
That's just what I want.
Right.
So that's the only thing that keeps me going. So not thinking of, oh, go ahead and kill yourself. Nobody needs you here. You know, that keeps me going. I keep telling myself that. Even if I tell my friends or my family or whoever and they don't gotta listen to me, they can be like, oh, that girl's crazy. She ain't know the way life going now, she'll never have a house or something for her kids. No, I am. And I know I will. And I know they're gonna have.
Right.
Yeah.
Your
Because I
determination.
keep saying it. And I've been told the more you speak about it, the more it comes into existence. So
Those
I know
powerful words.
I know it's gonna come. And my baby's gonna have what I didn't have. Even as bad as I wanted as a child, I wanted my mom to love me. I wanted my mom to give me things that I wanted, but not just buy them for love. I wanted to feel like I earned that. I needed that. That's how I want my kids to feel.
Right. That they are loved and they are important.
They are very important. That's why God
right.
blessed me with 2 girls. And I always wanted a boy, but I never got that boy.
Wow. It's a lot said. So just going back to think about suicide. Any of what you were saying.
I got one thing to say. Because it bothered me for a long time. It's not suicide. It's something that I did when I was younger because of a man who I was in love with, and I done had 2 kids by him. And nobody ever knew. And not too many people knew. But I would have been pregnant with a 3rd child, and I had an abortion. I could have been selfish, but it was more so I didn't want to have another child by him. I just had to let that out. I needed to get it off my chest because I needed to know, with you talking to you about it, what did that make me?
Do you have thoughts about the abortion? Do you still have?
Not since. I have, but that was after the fact. Like I was going crazy of what I did and why I did it. Because that wasn't a clear, good choice or a clear, good reason to do it. Because, heck, I mean, I laid there to have that baby, you understand? And it was only because of the person and of what I already done been through and what all he done been through. And he was an older man. I mean, heck, he was married. And I was a child still. And I was having all these kids by him. And I was still a child. And it was like you were just taking advantage of me. Even if it was something that I did want it would still feel like I was getting taken advantage of.
You were.
So now until I'm grown enough now, and I face this man to this day, because he's still my kid's father, both of them. I still face this man to this day. And he's still thinking me as that little child still. And I keep telling him I'm not that child no more. I'm not that girl that you took advantage of no more. Say what you want to say about me, but I'm not that little girl anymore.
That's right. I found that the man that abused me, when I talked to him years later, was able to introduce my daughter to him, and he's still in prison. I could tell that he thought I was that same person too. Isn't that something else?
Yeah.
I would like for you to expound more on what happened while you were incarcerated.
Oh, I was incarcerated. I was a hothead. Drew me to my which was one of my co-defendants was my kid's father. He had a habit of breaking into cars, so I developed that habit with him, and we just did it together. And I thought it was cool or whatever I thought it was, and he wasn't a good person to stand against because he never said, "Oh no, don't do it," or "No, it ain't right." We did it together, and from breaking into cars, I started breaking into homes. And it just became not for drugs, not for a habit, not for any of that. It was more towards I didn't want to work for anyone, so I just took it upon myself to do things that I had no business doing, and I was trying to help my family. You know, it is not the right way. It wasn't the right way. It was. In other words, a hustle. Basically, everybody has a little hustle that they do. It was at that time. It was like a hustle that I was doing, just trying to come up money from my lights getting cut off, my mother lights getting cut off, my mother water getting cut off, or my kids needed this or stuff like that. It wasn't like I was a drug addict, needed drugs so bad, go break into this house and steal a TV or something.
It was based off of survival.
Yeah. But when I got incarcerated, I was so scared. I was so young. I was scared, and I left my children, 3 and 5. One was 3, one was 5. When I came home, one was 6. Another one was 8, going on 9. Yeah, I was gone for like 3 years. But when I was in there, I found myself going through roller coasters, healing, depression. I felt suicidal, but I fought that demon plenty of times because I knew that's what it was going to boil down to. I was in this room and I was alone and I know these people, so everybody who I knew was on the outside. Do they care that I'm in here? I don't know. So I felt like it's in it, but I couldn't do that because of my babies. Only my focus was my babies, getting home to my babies, because I already knew what was going on when I was home. Why am I here? I know it's the choices that I make to be here, but I was here to survive for me and my kids. It wasn't right, but I had to get home to them because they were still struggling. My mom still had them struggling. My mom still had them staying in hotels. My mama still had them, like she wasn't stable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had to get out of there. So I brought myself around a whole bunch of groups, a whole bunch of various aspiring women who brought me out of a whole lot of dark holes. But when I came out of prison, I was lost. I was lost. Like, I couldn't sit still, basically. When I came home, when I got home, it was like, where am I? What is this? Like,
almost like catching up with time.
Right, but it was more like, it was a change in me. So that what I was looking at was a past in me, because I was gone for so long. So now all this is a past to me. Now I'm changing, and I'm looking at it different. But trust me, within that change of me coming home, and I was so changed, and being around all that energy, whatever energy it was, it brought me back to some difficult times of coming back to where I'm at now. Yeah. Because my family didn't change.
They were still the same.
Everything, and they're still the same. I changed, and I'm not better than them because I know where I came from. I know where I started from, so I'm not better than them. It's just I had to do things differently. I had to do it for my family because when it all boiled down, we're not here forever. So if I say, for instance, God forbid, knock on wood, anything happens to my mom, I have to take care of my family now. Yeah. This is my daughters. You took care of them. She didn't have to take care of them when I was incarcerated. She did that, and I respect that. And I gave her, my brother, and my sister the credit for taking care of my kids. But now it's my time. Right. It's all about me and mine. It's my time.
Well, and I went through this with my daughter when I was incarcerated and was separated from her. Did that cause some issues there with you and your girls?
Yeah, because they manipulated them, and money was a big thing to my mom. Always, since I was a child, money was the rule of evil. So, buy them everything they want. So now, I'm in a situation where I'm a single parent. I can't buy you everything you want. Listen, you're going to earn this, and you're going to get it as in if I have it. You understand? If I don't have it, understand that we're living in a household. Remember where you came from. Remember how everything started. I'm trying to do everything different. Where these lights ain't getting cut off no more. Where this water ain't getting cut off no more. Where we ain't getting no eviction notice on the door no more. So if you want all those fancy things and all that stuff, you have to earn that fancy things and all that stuff. My mama gave him that. Bought him brand new sneakers, bought him brand new shoes, all hairstyles, all different kind of ways. But then a week later, your lights getting cut off. That was wrong.
Right. That was wrong.
So, me, I'm just trying to do the right thing because I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do the right thing. It's the only way I'm gonna be positive of me doing what I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. God asked me to do that when I came home from prison. God asked me, He'll walk through this whole journey with me as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do by Him. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
That's right. And you know, I know God to be faithful. He's very faithful to us. And
yes.
Even though He didn't promise us that we won't go through, He's always a present help in time of need. When you're in trouble, He's there. Never known Him to forsake me. And so, what would be, if you could encourage others, what would you tell them? What would you say to them from where you came from? No matter if it's something that you would change or maybe something you would do different or maybe something that you did that you would like to encourage others by.
I would just feel like if you ever have a daughter or a son, because it can happen to a boy, just listen, or give them the affection that they need, like give them the attention that they need, show them the love that they need. These kids need that. You understand? Like they really do. Because if we don't give it to them, someone else would, and someone else could take advantage of that, and they not knowing because we didn't give them that love. So we, as a parents, as a family member, even if they're not your children, just show them that love. Listen to what they have to say, even if it's a kid in school bothering them, or an older guy trying to make them have sex and they're not ready. Have that talk with them before it goes to that level. Like, these kids need that.
Yes, they do.
So if I can give anybody some type of inspiration, some type of advice, like just be willing to listen to your child by all means. Be there for your kids by all means. Like, don't miss a beat. Because you never know when they really need you.
Right. And try to love on them.
Right.
Let them know that they're special and they mean something.
Right.
So, as far as a parent, you gave that advice, but what about someone in your situation going through sexual abuse? How would you encourage them?
That's tough. It's not as tough, but it's tough because I'm still dealing with it. So
what would you say to them to maybe not do that maybe you did on your journey? We know it's a healing process that we're still on a journey. For myself, I'm still on a journey with. So, like, what would you say to them maybe to not do that you did? I
can't really say as much because people deal with different emotions, different feelings. So it's kind of tough. I mean, if you're angry about it, I would say write about it. If you're sad about it, I would say talk to someone about it. You understand? Because if you hold it in, it could be a bad outcome. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Worse, yeah. So like, it just depends on the emotion of the person that's having at the time. Because we all have different. You can be happy and still dealing with all that inside. Yeah, just a mirage, just a face you put on. Yep. You can be depressed inside and nobody sees that. Mm-hmm. You could be angry inside and a fight every single day and a fight every single body, but nobody really know why you're really fighting them. Right, they're just looking at you as being angry, but they don't know why. Exactly. So my thing is whatever helps you with your anger, your emotions, like kind of work on that, because that's more important. Mm-hmm. Because you never know what your anger do to the next person, how that anger will affect the next person's feelings, or your sadness, how that'll affect the next person's feelings. You could be angry and the other person can be so happy, and then here you go saying something so mean, and you just brought them all the way down. And didn't even know, and they don't even know what you're actually going through.
That's so true. That's so true. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming out with your truth, your testimony. I'm hoping that this will touch the ears of those that are stuck in situations similar to what yourself and others that have given their testimony have went through, so that they can learn from what we went through. It's so important. So thank you so much for opening up and being able to share. And we definitely would like to know more about what happens with your daughter's case. We're hoping the best for that situation, even for the person that abused her, that they can receive their healing. I truly believe when people are healed and delivered, when God sets them free, then they're less able to want to hurt someone else. So we definitely would like to seek healing for others, pray to God for their deliverance as well, because that's important. We don't want them to continue to keep doing that same thing that they were doing, because all it's going to do is hurt other people. So we want to change the narrative from hurt people to hurt people heal and help hurt people. We want to thank you for tuning in to Open Your Mouth and Speak. We want to thank Miss Diamond Bryan for her opportunity to come in and to share, and her willingness to share. We really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And so you can tune into our podcast every Wednesday from 1 o'clock p.m. to 1:30 p.m. The replays are every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Check out our hashtags on our website, womeninspirationalradio.org. We have hashtags on there. And thank you for tuning in. God bless you.
It was hard to see you being in love with someone like me. Finally, I can imagine me.
This song is dedicated to people like us, those that struggle with insecurities, acceptance, and even self-esteem. You never felt good enough. You never felt pretty enough. But imagine God whispering in your ear, letting you know that everything that has happened now is gone.
Gone, gone, it's gone, all gone, 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 it's gone, all gone, 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 it's gone, all gone, 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 it's gone, all